Okay, thank you everyone for joining our session today. My fellow speaker and I, Tami, will be talking about queer stories through data, highlighting LGBTQ plus cinema with R and shining. So why study queer cinema with data? Why is it important? Queer stories have existed since early cinema, and its representation reflects the social norms and lived realities. And in our case, we found that metadata was incomplete. On the right-hand side, you can see a GIF of different movies from classical or historical romance or coming of an age, global or diverse representation. So hopefully you can see one film that you have watched or in your list to watch. So what was the real challenge in our case? So the data does exist, it's openly available, it's well structured and reproducible. However, it is distributed as a large spreadsheet style dataset. Therefore, if you want to explore the trends in this format, it would require software skills. And lastly, because of its format, it makes it difficult or not accessible to interactively explore the different trends in the dataset. It's worth pointing out that open data doesn't automatically mean that the data is accessible. So our data was obtained from the tidyrainbow LGBTQ plus movie database GitHub repository, which was curated by Karam. Thank you very much, Karam. It was derived from the movie database, which covered from the 1882 films released from 1882 to 2022, and it represents the global coverage. It represents global coverage. So what solution did we provide? So we went from their spreadsheet to storytelling. And in that case, I will introduce the LGBTQ plus Movies Explorer. So it is a reactive shiny dashboard, which was built in R. It allows a user to filter things like LGBTQ plus terminologies and as well as the movie release year. It has a conversational chatbot for film queries. It supports which supports inclusive and community-focused data access, which has made over 140 years of queer cinema explorable in seconds. And on the right-hand side, you can see a screenshot of the UI of our Shiny app. So what packages did we use? I will highlight two of the major packages that we used. We used the Golem to make our Shiny app be in the modular architecture, and also the query chat, which was used to generate a chatbot, which has been integrated in our Shiny app. So some of the key features from our Shiny app, it's that it allows a user to explore trends over time, such as the average rating of films over time, as well as the movie release year over time. It also allows a user to see a genre and a language breakdown. It also has a word cloud, which shows different themes represented in the different films. It also allows a user to filter based on the ratings. And lastly, it has the chatbot assistant that you can ask questions about a film, or even just telling the chatbot to give you or to filter some information about a film and give it to you. It can be able to do that. And we'll now move to the live moment, and Tami will take you through that. So the chatbot feature. So here, using the chatbot, you can ask about a film. It can allow you to retrieve themes and the metadata for different films. And by doing that, it lowers the barrier to exploration, and also it makes it accessible to non-technical users. So in this screenshot, you see an example of a question that you can ask. You can ask, for example, what is the average rating of the movie, Imagine Me and You? And if you do that, on the background, SQL query is prompted, and it gives you the average rating of 7.6. And this is just but an example of some of the things that the chatbot can do. So what have we learned? I will highlight or rather summarize what we have learned so far. This has been a project that we have been working on for the past year or so. And so what we have learned is that we have seen the LGBTQ plus films grow over time. There is also dramatic storytelling that has been dominating as a theme. It also we have also seen that the English language has dominated, and you can also be able to point out different themes within the data set. So how about the technical skills? So having built with Golem, we have learned about turning the usual a Shiny app into a modular architecture. We have also designed and generated the project logo in R, and also integrated a chatbot in our Shiny app. So why does this matter for rainbowR community? By doing so, we have allowed the queer data to be visible. This project has been a collaboration, and we have used open source and open source R, of course. And we are also very open to include other people and collaborate with us in this project if it interests you. And lastly, I would want to highlight about the buddy scheme, and that is where Tami and I met. And through that, we have been able to do this particular project together. And it's clearly highlighting the community impact in action. So what do we intend to do for the future? We want to expand the data set by adding how the public perceive different movies. We would also want to deploy our app. At the moment, we are running it locally. We would also want to improve the NLP tagging. So in our case, what we're thinking is that there could be other films out there that haven't been tagged with the LGBTQ plus terminologies, and we want to tag them. And lastly, we would want to perform a sentiment analysis. So as closing remarks, data does make queer stories visible. We would want to appreciate you for listening to us. And please feel free to share your favorite queer film in the chats, and also suggest any features that you'd want to see next. And if you are interested in collaborating, please let's connect. So please reach out to us through either Blue Sky or LinkedIn, and we'll be very happy to communicate and move from there. Thank you very much for listening to us, and we'll open the floor for questions.
Hello everyone, here's the app. I'm gonna show you how it works. So here in the left we have some filters, like you can select the keyword related to the community that you are interested in. Like you can filter here only for gender related movies, and you can take a look at the words related to these words, so which words are frequent on the overview. You can also change the release year date for this movie. Like here, I'm going to put to include all again, and you can take a look on which words are related on the first movies, like the older movies, and now which words are appearing. You can also include adult movies, or you can show only top rated movies with 8+ punctuation, which I don't recommend it because there are few of them, so you can lose a lot of information. You can click here on the trends and take a look on the number of movies released every year. Here, the top one was in 2020 during the pandemics, was like the highest one, and since then it started to decay. And here we have the average rating, which was more diverse in the beginning because, of course, there was less movies, and now it's more consistent. But the last years, it was the average rating decreased a lot. I don't know if we became more picky now that we have options, but it's just a hypothesis. We have also the table with the movies, where is ordered by the number of votes, vote average, and popularity. But you can order with the column you choose, and also search some specific movie, like if I write here cheerleader, I'm gonna find but I'm a cheerleader movie, and the votes average, and I can see like the popularity and so on. We can take a look also in the genre of the movies. The first one is drama, romance, comedy, documentary, very close to comedy. And at first I thought, oh, maybe we are drama queens, but it seems that we are just following the pattern from every movie, because drama is the most frequent, depending on the niche. About the language, we can see the dominance of the English language, but if we take a look like in the older movies, we can see that this difference, it's not so big as it's increasing nowadays. And the last tab is the chat, which is a SQL assistant where you can filter by column, make a specification of a column or some information that you want, or also filtering the data, because it's going to transform this table here at the bottom. But in the present moment, like if I want to ask the movie with the highest popularity, I'm gonna send it. But now it's taking too long. So if you have experience with using Elmer, the Shatter Llama function to access local models, and also the carry chat, and you know how to make it faster, please let us know on the chat, because it's really taking too long right now. So finally we have our answer, and the most popular movie is this one, Crush, the name. And the chat is still thinking, but the popularity means that the production puts a lot of money on advertising this movie on the internet. So it's not about like with people what people thinks, but how spread it is on the internet. And that's it. This is our overview on the app, and feel free to explore more by yourself and by your curiosity also.